It was in Mr. Allen's
Yeah.
room?
Yeah,
That I've never heard of.
I didn't even know that was a place.
Yeah, it was in Mr. Allen's room sometimes.
The 8th grade pod is like this void in the
I used to think
school.
that Mr.
Yeah.
Allen was like a custodian or something.
Oh,
He seemed like that kind of
You know that's on that recording, and I'm going to email that to Mr. Allen. Actually, it's really hard to hear what you guys say on the recording because the sound is set to my voice, which kind of like carries.
think that Mr. Allen used to be a custodian.
And David said it.
Not, well, you tensed that wrong. He used to think. Now he knows better. Not he thinks, right? You just said that as an active. No, you said Liang thinks Mr. Allen used to be. Did you? Okay.
Yeah, I used to think that Mr. Allen. Never mind.
No, you said Liang thinks Mr. Allen
I
used to
said
be
yeah,
the
no, I
janitor.
You said used to somewhere in this.
You did say used to, but you said used to be the janitor. He used to actively think that he was the janitor. Alright, I'm just also giving you a hard time because language is not my forte, but for us math people, we gotta try to make it, you know, a little bit better than horrible grammar and piece together sentences. So, alright, so
That's why I'm in math.
there's these Native Americans, and I sure hope this is true. I have to believe it's true. So in Hawaii, right? And actually, I could check this. I have a friend who moved to Hawaii to teach. This game called Tope D, I believe is probably how you would pronounce it. Toss sticks to determine how many points a player receives. Now, what's interesting about any new game we look at is us as math people should be analyzing, right? It's not just like, oh, look, a game. It's like, oh, what are the rules? How do I win? What happens if I land on that space? So, when designing a game of chance, people think long and hard about this. They make, now I've lost the word, Kickstarters. And they have people buy their game ahead of time, ahead of it being a real game, and like give them advice. And like sometimes games are too easy to win, sometimes games are too hard to win, and they have to be tweaked. So this brings up what we call, and what should be the header of our notes for today, expected value. And expected value is really the math way to say we can predict the future. Guys, we're magic.
Well,
That's what Dave always said.
No, for real. Okay, so I don't like the word magic because it makes it seem like, you know, there's some weird forces at work. But for real, we can predict the future.
you know what the weird forces are?
So that's what the weather forecasts are.
Yeah, but that's different. So that's not a game of chance. That's kind of like global chance, right? What if the wind blows a different direction sort of chance? We're talking about predictable chance, right? So assuming that in our mathematics world that we've lived in for our whole lives, things keep working how they work, and there are like fair situations, we can analyze things like the spinner shown there in 47 and make a math statement about it, right? What would be the math statement that you would make about that spinner?
There's a 50% chance that you're going to win $4.
Yeah, there's a 50, really it's like a 50-50 chance, right? Because there's only two outcomes and they both have 50% chance. So if we spun it 10 times, what then would we predict to happen? And you had your hand up. Do you have a prediction for that?
Probably get like $20.
So Liang, how did you compute
First,
that?
Out of 10 divided by 2, since there's 50% chance. So 10 times 0.5 is 5, and then 4 times 5 is 20. So, yeah.
Okay. So what about 100 times then? I'll make it easy first. I won't go straight to, well, 30 or 100. 100's easy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just 200.
Yeah, throw another 0 in the end, right? But for 30 or 20 is still not that hard.
60.
60, right? We would triple it. So absolutely, we can just say 50-50 chance. So
I don't know.
So what if we only play once though?
Then you got. Then you don't.
And you have
What's our predicted outcome?
2
Then.
$1 or $4. I mean 0 for $2. You don't know?
Liang's right.
So
You
Our
$2.
predicted outcome in one spin is 2. Now
You
that's
can't get $2.
not actually possible.
No.
Right, but mathematically, if we break it down to the one situation, right, kind of like the unit rate, like we used to do a lot of, our predicted outcome is $2. Even though it's not actually possible, that's what we can work with. Right? So, in like 3 spins, our predicted outcome is 6. Even though that's not actually possible, we're probable to win $6. And this game is nicer than a lot of games because it's either just win nothing, you don't lose anything, or win 4. So, what? Okay, this is kind of a nice game. But at what point would knowing the predicted outcome of one event help you determine, do I play this game or not? Liang?
The predicted outcome is more than 0, it's worth it. But if it's less, then you're gonna lose stuff.
What do you mean if it's more than 0, it's
'Cause, like,
worth it?
Since it's 2 right now, so it'd be good since you can't lose any.
Well, did I tell you what it takes to play this game?
No.
This game costs $3.
Oh, if
So you have the chance to win 4. So hold on. Hold on. Because I want this thought to sit with anyone who hasn't gotten that. If this game's predicted outcome, we're going to have to catch up David when he gets back. We should just wait. This game's predicted outcome. There he
Yell
is.
at him to come.
David, you gotta leave class as soon as you get here if you're gonna leave class. We're getting into the nitty gritty already, and I'm just feeling bad that you're not here. Alright, so what we've determined so far, predicted outcome of 10 times, right? 20, because half of them would land on the 4. Right? I'm gonna catch you up real fast, so then you gotta tell me if you don't understand anything. So, for 30 times, half of your 30 spins, 15, we would predict to land on the 4. Right? And half on the 0, which does nothing. 100 times, again, half of them, 50, would land on the 4. That's our predicted outcome. So then we talked about one spin, predicted outcome. And Liang's brain broke for a second because he's like, I know it can only actually be 0 or 4, but he wanted to say it's 2. Right? The predicted outcome for one spin is $2 because you have a half chance of $4. You with me? I know it's not actually possible, but are you with me on a 50% chance of $4?
But shouldn't it be 50% chance between 2 things?
Yes, just stick with me. Okay? Just let it sit to the side of this idea is funky, it smells bad. If the game costs $3 to play,
Okay.
should you play it?
No.
Why?
Because there's a high chance that you
Because
might.
your chance of the money.
Even though I'm pointing at you, let him finish his sentence first. So but yes, listen to Liang because I think he's already pieced it together.
So it's not worth it since the predicted amount is less than the money spent in play it.
The predicted outcome of one event, you may want to write this down in some fashion. I know we're doing Spanish and other things, but we got to formalize the conversation we're having. The predicted outcome, or expected outcome, actually, is what we call it. Sorry, I was talking about predicting the future, and my brain got stuck on that word. The expected outcome of one occurrence helps us gauge if a game's worth it or not. So if this game cost $1 to play, would you play it?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. My predicted outcome is $2. Even if I have to play 5 times to win some money, as long as I win twice out of those 5, which is on the lesser than half side, I still make money. Even if I play 7 times, as long as I win twice. But if the game's $2,
But
If you're
thinking
gonna-
about
if you like
it,
to
but
gamble, you can
realistically
play it.
thinking about it, still you either get 4 or.
It's double or nothing.
if it's $2, it's all up to chance. Right? If you pay $2, if I actually made this game and asked you guys to bring money to school, which I would not do because I would lose my job. But, and we bet $2 on every spin. Mathematically, you should end with the same money that you started with.
But
Unless you have.
But if you have bad
Loaded
luck,
dice.
like me,
luck
like me,
is hard to argue if it exists or not.
it's like a
If it
coincidence
does, I
that
definitely-
really-
All right,
I'm not getting
Like a
so-
coincidence. Why the-
Now that we've formalized that thinking, I want you to tackle 48 on your own before we talk as a group. So what that means is don't start reading out loud or the other things we all like to do. If this is the new spinner,
Okay, this is good because you're gonna win.
write
have,
some
like-
things that I asked you to tackle it on your own for a second.
And then the eggs
How you
like,
can just
yeah.
like improve on our own, like without you.
Without you.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but just give people. So write down what you think for 4 spins, 100 spins, and the expected value of 1 spin. Okay, let's formalize that. 4 spins. You should be able to figure out why they chose 4
Yeah.
as the base of our amount of spins. Make your life easy, right? That's one of the biggest things I like about CPM. They teach you how to structure the math easily. If you tried to say, what about 10 spins to start this?
Oh.
10 spins would be annoying, right? Because that wheel doesn't break into tenths easily, but it breaks into fourths real easily. See, and this is why I made you get a book. Because now I'm getting this. We'll use this one. Alright, now you can talk to each other.
Okay.
Okay, I think it's still worth it. Since like you're gonna win money like 50% of the time still. Even though it
Yeah.
looks small. And you have a really good
But
chance
you
of
don't yet know what the game costs to play, so
Well,
what,
like-
what your conversation should be geared towards is what's your price cut point of good deal, bad deal, chance
If it
deal.
costs
26.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 26.
You said 26?
Definitely less than 100. Definitely more than 4 probably. Because 100 is in there.
Hold on.
Yeah, that was a weird zero. My brain stuttered on what it wanted to do. I'm not even joking. So something like this, or some model in our head,
I'll do that now.
or really I could just do, okay, with 4 spins, one of them makes $4, one of them makes $100. That's $1,000. So
Yeah, if only we made 1,000.
talking and writing is getting more difficult. So 104,
Yeah.
right, is our
If you have
predicted
4
outcome of
spins.
4
Yeah, that's
spins.
what, yeah.
Oh, you divided, didn't you? So if we divide by 4, and we get the predicted outcome of $26 for. So if I tell you this game costs $25 to play,
Oh.
whose advantage is it, yours or mine?
Ours, but it's
But it's
like
still
So dumb
but-
because like
It
it's
costs
only a
a lot.
$1 difference.
If the game costs $20 to play, you play.
Yeah.
no,
like-
wait, no, 'cause
Athena, why do you say well duh?
I have to say
You haven't talked much
No,
today.
but-
What do you mean because?
Hey.
Hold on, I see you.
Leanne, what did
There's
we
only
talk about in
5 kids.
connection?
Leanne, do you think you can actually be doing this and I not see you when there's 5 kids? Why did you say duh?
Because if the average is 26, you still get more money.
Okay.
But
Or
well, what I like to say is, though, like the predicted outcome is 26, so it'd be like 26. That's like great. Like I have a chance of like getting more. But the problem is, even if it's like if it's 26, even if it's like you lower it to $25 to play, there's still a greater chance that you would end up losing money.
So if we make it $20 to play, why did you just jump right up there? And we were asked to do 100 spins also, right? So if 1 was 26, our predicted outcome for 100 spins would be 2,600. So Leanne, you were waving your hand frantically. What do you have to add?
Basically what Sophia said.
Okay. So if I make the game cost $20, how much would 100 spins cost you?
A lot of money, $2,000.
2,000.
Yeah.
Dang. Let's see
Whoa.
how much money
So-
you make.
We have to
Gambling
win
over here.
What if 6 of those spins that you were supposed to land on the 100, you have a 1/4 chance. So what? 25 of your spins should be landing on the 100. If 6 of them fail,
Oh.
Oh.
you're real close to the break even. Because if you land on the 4, you'll still get a little bit. But if you land on the 0, if you miss those 6 and land... So this is still, even where expected outcome is better,
It's still.
it's still hairy. It's still a little like, And when you go to the casino, it's flipped the other way.
Yeah.
It's weighted towards the house.
Yeah.
You're the best casino games, you maybe have like a 48% chance of winning.
You know what's really cool about this?
That's because they don't want to give you money.
You are correct, David. The reason I teach math is to help you guys live like your real life out in the real
Don't throw your
world.
money away on
Not
drink.
solve
Don't throw your money on
problems
your
about
college textbook.
18 watermelons.
Don't throw your money away on alcohol.
So-
Throw it away on college.
So they show us this nice. If we put it in fraction form, sometimes fractions are nicer.
Sometimes.
This is a really nice way to get your expected value for 1. Right? Break your situation apart. Use the fractions. A fourth of 100 is 25. A fourth of 4 is 1. And we're there. Off to the races.
Now you can lose money.
Now we can lose money.
That's what the
So
casinos
this
want,
game doesn't cost anything.
But you can lose money.
So you guys have to decide, and you can do this as a team.
what
Should
if
you
you don't have money
play
to
this game?
What if
You'll work it off, I guess. You'll mow yards, wash dishes. Have you ever bought a meal you couldn't pay for?
Well, there's a
You've never
50%.
seen that like in the movies or whatever. Somebody like forgets their wallet and they're like, "Crap!" And when you owe money, you owe something. Yeah. You'll wash dishes or
So
something.
you gotta
Take out the trash.
There's a 50-50
I think I know
chance you
trash.
either earn something.
You're talking to each other. Not why are people looking at me?
So,
or
because
lose something.
I say that you go for
Drinking
it, because
coffee?
the chance of losing a
Why
lot
not?
is more than the chance of winning a lot.
Wait,
You're
what?
more likely to,
Try it.
I mean,
Just
you're
no.
more likely to lose 5 than you are to gain 6.
yeah.
So
Oh, you're
you probably
right.
don't
But you're more likely to gain 2 than you are to lose 2.
Yeah.
I would just say no because you could lose money.
I would just say no because it's
play
gambling.
it.
That's like with anything in life.
It's
Exactly.
a
There's no
50-50
gambling,
chance of
kids.
losing or winning.
Yeah, why are we doing this? It's
So
not
gamble.
a gamble. Let's all promise not to gamble in life. And just
Let's say no because gambling's bad.
Yeah, you lose money, and money is important.
Okay, that's our final answer.
You guys are wimpy math elites.
Yep.
Wimpy, we're
We're not
logical.
mathematics,
We're logical.
Okay, that many pieces of candy, or you owe me that many homework problems.
What?
You can win candy, or you can owe me homework
I'm fine with
problems.
doing homework then.
But I'm not.
Okay,
Okay.
so you want candy? You gonna
You
play
know
this
what's
game?
even better than candy
And
from
hold up,
America?
hold up.
Candy
If-
from the store.
If you start winning candy, right? We'll start to use that instead of homework problems. You'll just lose your candy.
What the frick?
Or I give you a bank of 20 pieces of candy. Little penny candies, the fruity Tootsie Rolls, whatever. I just need you to solve this problem. What's the expected value? What's the
We actually
expected
get it.
outcome?
Okay, guys.
If you guys do the math, maybe I'll bring you candy.
He said maybe. It's
Okay,
a lie.
Wait,
We promised
so-
us a gamble. Maybe it's
You know what, David? You can't blackmail your teacher and give you candy. You have to learn math or you will suffer. That's how the world works.
I know, high
Can I,
school.
okay, words,
Words.
so, words. If you were, so the -2, that's a 1/8 chance. So if you were to spin it 8 times, then you'd have, out of one of those spins, you'd lose $2. Out of 3 of those spins, you'd lose $15.
Oh.
Out of 2 of those spins, you'd win 6, and out of 2 of those spins, you'd win 2. So you would so half of those spins you would earn $16, and the other half of the spins you would
How do you write it out, though? How do we write that out?
Yeah, can you write that out? I need to.
If you will do it with me, yes, I'll do it for you.
I'm kind of confused, but
Yeah.
I think I get what you're trying to say.
So, Sophia started with the negative, right? She said there's a 1/8 chance
Oh yeah, should get negative. Get negative.
of math of multiply, right? If we're doing math, the word of means multiply. So 1/8 chance of the -2. And math and add. And I'm gonna get real. I'm just gonna start to get real direct with math vocab because I can't believe how many high schoolers can't tell me of means multiply and means add. So and we have
Unless
a.
Unless it's
Negative
20
5.
something, then it's.
Yeah, and can mean the break in the number.
So 3 out of
But
8
that's
should
still
be negative
addition.
5, right? Yeah.
This many holes and that many partial. It's still addition.
Oh, I get what Sophia's saying. 3 out of 8 is negative 5.
3 out of 8.
Because 3 plus 1 equals 4, and there's a half chance that you can lose something. Okay.
So then 1. What's the next fraction?
Wait, no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
1/4.
1/4 would it.
There's a
you
1
wanted
chance
to
you
go
get 2 and a
eight.
1/4 chance you get 6.
Yeah.
So please write this out.
That's what I got paper for.
I try to be really casual, but at some point we have to write things down. I'm just going to common denominator this whole thing. That's right, this is 6/4 or 12/8 if I want to write it that way. This is 2/4 or 4/8 if I want to write it that way.
So we'd have -1/8.
Yeah, so we got negative, I did not circle in the right place, negative 17, positive 16.
So -1.
This game is designed just against you.
So like you have some
Oh,
luck,
I guess
well.
right. Don't
So-
forget it.
So if you have some luck, like David's saying, you could lose a couple times and then win once and just walk away. The thing is, what do you think happens after people win?
They want to keep
They
going.
keep
That's
playing.
And
that's
then
what
they
people
lose
do.
their money.
Endorphin rush. So find something else. This is not like Mr. Hudson's don't go gamble talk, but find something else in life that gives you that endorphin rush of winning. Like, I don't know, like winning at something else,
know what?
not
The
gambling.
lesson is if you're going to gamble on a game with high chances of you winning, and once you win, run away.
Which is
As soon
not
as you win
found at a
once-
casino.
As soon
No.
as you win
Don't
money,
go
you
to
better
casino.
run, because them endorphins
Yeah.
are gonna get you.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Alright, new game. Double
So you
spin.
run,
Oh,
and then we roasting all this.
At least.
Ooh,
Oh.
sorry. There
The
we go.
chances of oh wait,
I was
All
gonna
right.
say that.
So hold up. Read what's going on. This is also why I have you guys have books.
I know, right?
I know that you just started immediately reading the book because it was in front of you.
No.
You spin the spinner twice.
Mhm.
You only win. Same amount comes up both times.
Oh.
Wait, what?
With double spin, you have to match your amounts.
Oh.
The only win that the same amount comes. The $100 thing.
I'd say you should play it.
How much money does it cost to play?
It's free.
You make your choice.
If it's free, then
Make
why
it
would you
free.
play?
I'll make
We're just gonna do math. We're gonna figure out what price should we make this game.
You should make
What if you're let's say Phoenix Fair, you're designing this game. They somehow just let you run a gambling booth.
Guys, let's all sign a petition for a gambling booth like Mr. Hudson.
Your form says Mr. Hudson told us to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's.
Okay.
We're gathering data for math.
For the record, and
Yeah.
especially for the recording, I'm not suggesting that we do that.
No, we're just collecting math data, you guys. We're making the world a better place.
But snap, we only win if we land on the same thing both spins. So now I just have a personal bias that area model is better.
Okay. I guess we do that.
Yeah.
Well, that you don't have to. I just have a personal bias.
I think area models are much cleaner.
Because trees are ugly,
But this spinner,
squares
right?
are pretty.
Trees are ugly. God, keyboard is the Amazon.
So somewhere we're gonna have spin one. I'm gonna write this off to the side because
Wait, I have to copy this. I guess I am.
yeah, you are totally making an area model.
I am.
So I'm gonna go high denomination down to low. No. Yeah.
Do the high.
By the way, run fast. I'll be there tonight cheering you on. But
Oh.
I promise- Don't worry, I won't be there till the finish line.
Who
I'm
are you
nice and
cheering for? then?
No!
That's the
joking.
worst picture.
I put
That
myself
means
on the
that you're-
course where you're spread
That means
out.
that I will be less encouraged to finish.
Why?
No.
No, because then you look bad. Your hair is was like, ooh.
Yeah, well, you're running.
Trust me, you will appreciate these pictures existing.
No.
Quit look,
No,
you pick the picture that goes in the yearbook,
Okay,
and you
that's-
have veto power.
That's
Oh,
better.
you.
better.
So I
That's
bet
I do burst frame. I do burst frame, and I end up with like 7 pictures of you like far away, kind of closer, kind of closer, kind of closer.
So wait, I can choose
Yeah.
to not put my
Yes.
picture in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or I can just choose one like me in the horizon.
Yes,
Like,
so
no
I'll
one
be
can-
there. So hey, why I was also saying that was I'll be there early. If you guys want to help me get some candid shots of you guys, just like, you know, goof around or as a group or whatever.
Oh my gosh. Why would I ever?
Sammy.
I really thought you guys
I
would
will
just be
do that if it gets
more
me out of
confident
stretch.
than that.
You believed wrong.
Take a
You
picture of the scoreboard after to see how much you
You
won
can
by.
just take a picture of the gang.
Oh yeah, we're gonna win, by the way, Sammy.
Yeah,
Yeah, you probably are.
Sammy is.
We have
Sammy has no faith in him at all.
Crap.
Oh,
Our 100 region only gets an 8th?
Yeah.
And I. Ooh.
And I poop.
What?
Poop by.
Wait, so we have an 8th, a 4th, a 4th, and 3/8.
David, that's what
You're
Visco's.
having some trouble.
David, that's what Visco girls say on the toilet. And I poop. It's not that funny.
I don't know why.
She just like.
Okay.
Mr. Hudson's
I'm
contemplating.
Huh.
it.
I'm
Okay, I guess
ignoring
I'm-
what's happening
That's
right
anymore.
now. Yeah, I'm gonna make everything 8s.
Great.
That's 2 8 to 10.
Stop. No.
Let's just try to draw this.
No, say. I spin.
I don't Spanish.
I don't Spanish.
Me either.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely sell this game. Because this is definitely better for us if we price it right.
Yeah.
If we make the price
Yeah,
right.
guys, probably let us.
Couldn't all gamblers give an excuse that they're just doing
So
that?
wait, would you rather just not know that I was gonna be somewhere?
No,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
Okay, well I might come tonight, might come to the Eisenkart. I really was undecided.
Well, I'm not
No,
going to
no.
guys in heart.
On Saturday.
What island
I
part?
have a.
It's the race this Saturday.
Oh no, I might not go.
What?
The
Eisenkart?
See, look, you're sad that you wouldn't have the opportunity to pick an epic picture.
Oh no, that was me doing sarcasm. Sorry.
Oh, David.
Well, I doubt
You can veto your
Wait.
picture, it doesn't matter.
I can.
The Eisenhower, is that like
Oh,
Saturday or
that's a
Sunday?
great chance to win
Saturday.
$100.
I'm probably not
There's a
gonna go,
1/64th.
You guys, we shouldn't do this game because if they do get $100, then we're gonna be broke.
What?
If they do, if we get super lucky and do end up getting 100, then we're gonna be really broke. So.
Not this game, the game that you win $4.
Yeah, that one.
There's a
Before.
small chance that they're gonna win at all.
Yeah, but it's still a risk. Cause like
It's
if
a
they do,
risk, but it's a little risk.
no, it's
It's a
not. It's
little
$100 of a risk.
Little risk.
Okay, well, so if we're doing that, then you're paying for the $100 when we get it.
No, we're doing the one with the $4. That's easier.
Wait, but question. So do they,
Do you want
if they win, do they get both of them? So if they get like
That is
$2,
No,
they get
no, no.
two.
We're just doing like that's the number.
That's a 2.
Wait. So it's very unlikely.
Wait, are we
that
actually
they're
allowed
gonna
to
win
run a
anything.
gambling booth at Phoenix Fair?
No, don't call the gambling booth. Call the math booth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probability booth.
Call
Yeah.
the probability
Are we
booth.
allowed to run the probability booth at Phoenix Fair?
Yeah, let's just
Yeah.
all sit there and be like, now
You could not make it actual gambling. I don't
Not
know.
gambling,
Probably
it's a
what
game
if
of.
we did gamble?
Couldn't you say any
Can we
Probability
have this
data
conversation
collection
while
game.
there's not a
The
video
data
camera?
Probability data collection.
Can we just do the lesson real
No.
quick?
you
And
argue
then
that
once,
any game of chance
once
is a
I
gambling
hit
game?
stop, and then we can talk about other things we want to talk about. I still need to figure out where else to put my recordings. Shoot, I hope I wasn't supposed to already do that.
Wait, how do we do that?
I think I have through
Phoenix Fair in
October.
8th grade?
Alright, so hold on. If this game costs $3, so you initially lose, quote unquote, $3 just by giving it away to play the game. Is it a good deal?
No.
What? You didn't do the math?
Or did we?
Yes, yeah, we
I
can.
highly doubt you did.
It's just mine. No.
Okay, what's the
Add-
expected value of a
Add
single?
those
You're
two.
not.
Well,
Okay,
then
Wait,
so-
I have a question.
Where?
I am sorry to burst any bubbles that are forming. We don't want to add those fractions.
Why? I like them.
It's not about what's the chance they win. It's about if they win, what do they win?
Oh,
They
right.
win
Because
big money.
they're winning here, right? There's for sure. Now, on the one, they don't technically win, quote unquote. We already took their $3,
No, but like.
right? But they're gonna win something. They're gonna get something.
No, because it's the double spin. If it doesn't hit it twice, then you don't win.
I know. We've now laid out the probabilities of. So you pay $3 to spin twice.
Okay.
Okay, so they paid $3 to spin twice, or imagine 2 spinners. Same exact spinner.
So what are the chances
Question.
that you'll hit it
If-
twice?
They do win. So the money they get, is it the 2 spins added up or just like the spin?
No, just that value.
Just that value?
What?
The player gets a spinner twice, but wins only if the same amount comes up both times. I know they don't explicitly say that, but yeah, they win that amount. If you
So
land on it twice, you get that amount.
their
So
highest chance to win something is $1, but that's less than $3, so they lose money.
right,
But they also have like an 8 out of 64 chance.
but actually they have a better chance of winning more than $1 than they do of winning $1.
Because they have a 9 out of 64 chance to win something higher than $1.
Yeah, well, kind of. So what you could argue at the booth, right, is look at how much of the wheel is more than what you're giving us, right? The chance is you're going to land on a value bigger than 1.
But
What-
twice.
What you don't want them to think through is but twice, right? So we've said there's a 1/64th chance of landing in the 100 twice. But if that pans out and we do the math,
That's.
well, that's 100. No, what am I writing? It's
Apparently
100.
60.
I know, my brain was already on the 64
We
because
should
I
make
was
a
talking.
montage of all the videos that have something just find all the mistakes he's made.
Uh,
Make a montage.
there's a lot. It would take you a long time.
Oh, look at that.
Wait, when did you decide to start recording your classes?
Years ago.
Oh.
Like, there are upwards of 1,000 recordings on
Did you
my
post them all on
YouTube.
YouTube?
What else? What
Guys,
else would I do with them?
You're basically stalking and having videos of children without their permission.
No, we actually do have your permission because that paperwork you signed at the beginning of the year is a photo release form.
We vetoed
Oh no,
that.
not a video.
No, it counts. Read it.
Uh-uh.
When you don't read the documentation you signed, this is your fault.
Ariel.
Sorry to tell you, you should read the
You
stuff
should
you
always
signed.
read what you say.
Guys, you know what we can do?
Unless
Report
you
his
get
YouTube
paid.
channel.
Ooh.
No, let's not do that.
But also, it is like impossible to see you, and I never use your first name and last name together. So if
Wait,
you are
have you already posted
just
the
being
video about us?
goofy, every video that we've taken this year is up.
Ooh.
Woo!
If you
That's
barely
how
even hear us
very
speak,
unfortunate.
can
Probably not.
you can't hear me say this. You can hear you.
So if you are actually uncomfortable, want to go to lunch in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
Also, his view counts are low, so it doesn't.
Oh my gosh, nobody watches my channel.
I know,
That's
which
like
is why
a
we
joke.
don't have to be afraid of
Yeah, so
anyone.
what's the
It
point?
basically
Because
is.
no one will be
For a long time, there was a hip hop dancer more popular than me, so when kids would search for me, the first result was this hip hop dancer.
DJ Hardcat.
Which now I think I'm only more popular because I have so many videos and like 100 some subscribers.
Probably all your
Couldn't
students.
you just tell
Yeah,
your
they're probably
students
all
to
your
subscribe
students.
to you?
Yeah, but I don't because I'm not like
But we already did.
a weird
Oh,
YouTube obsessed
No, wait,
person.
I didn't subscribe to
It
him.
really weirds me out that people
Monster.
subscribe. You should. It's only there that you go on and search for what you need, get it, watch it, good.
Wait, why
You
don't
don't need
post
to be
videos
subscribed
on
to a channel like
YouTube
mine.
then?
Khan Academy is way better. If we're talking about subscribing to my channel, let me say this into the camera. Khan Academy is way better.
I know Khan Academy.
All right,
Subscribing is
100,
free, but
40,
you may as well.
60,
40.
9, right?
20?
60?
What?
Hmm?
Yeah,
Right?
169.
140, 20 more makes 60.
Oh, I thought you were saying
9
that.
more.
Okay.
No, I was summing.
I was like, what?
Now wait, why is this improper? What is going on here?
What?
Some of them have been.
Because,
What is this? Oh,
it's, I forgot the name of
the header of the lesson that should be, it's
Yeah.
on your paper.
It's the expected value.
It's the expected value. This is dollars, right? This is legitimately winnings. Well, we just need to pull it back into not improper so we can think about it like money. So why do you do that? You saw what happened. I didn't do it.
I mean,
160, 64. Work with the 60 first. 60,
You gotta count.
120.
180,
180 is too far. So 120, right? So 2 pulls out 120. We have 49 left over. 49 64ths. A little over 250. It's 2 what?
2.64.
There we go. Calculator.
Calculators are helpful.
wow.
If the game costs $3, are you playing it?
No,
I mean, like,
because your chances are bad.
Yeah, your expected value is less than the cost of
Unless
the
you want to
game.
gamble your
by
car.
literally a
That is the expected value of, like, the 2 spins, like, actually getting that win.
Now, if it's $1 to play, I'm playing.
Yeah.
There you go.
If it's free, I'm definitely playing.
What if they give you
Hey
one?
guys, who wants to play?
Guys who want
Yeah.
to play
If you play
probability.
yeah, all this money is definitely going to the Phoenix fundraiser thing, so yeah, definitely.
Quick, pocket all the money and run.
And all the money you earn supports Phoenix.
Yeah, you
All
guys
the
should-
money
Alright.
supports
Phoenix
Mr.
students.
Hudson's dime YouTube channel.
So, 1-on-1 basketball, free throws. Right, did we talk about
Yeah,
1-on-1s?
yeah.
They're that really interesting situation where the second shot
Oh, yeah.
only happens if the first shot is made. Yeah, yes, we're talking about it again.
It says
So-
revisited.
Recall the 1-on-1. So, Duncan Delilah Jones has a 60% free throw average. By the way, you can't dunk a free throw. That was CPM failing at a name.
Yeah.
No, it's just a basketball word, but I found it funny because it's like we're talking about free throws.
Can't
A dunk.
Duncan.
A dunk.
Can't reach it like
Duncan.
So, what is most likely to happen?
She's going to miss.
If she has a 60%. So this is expected value, but sports edition.
Yeah.
She has a 60% chance for
That's
each
pretty
of
bad
her throws.
for NBA.
So if she and you want her to make all 3 of her throws, then
No,
that'd be
2.
Two.
There's 2 throws.
0.6
First throw has to be made to get the second. So what 3 things could happen here?
She could
First.
get
can make
She
both.
misses the first.
She
She
gets
makes the
both.
first and
She
misses the second.
misses. She gets the first, misses the second.
Or she makes both.
So she
So
misses
0
the
points.
first.
1 point and 2 points.
1 point, 2 points.
Yeah.
What's the expected value?
It's big money.
What model did we use when we were talking about the 1-on-1
It was an area model.
area model, right? So let's put this on our second screen. Let's set up another area model, but for the 60% free throw. We're going to do this really fast, and we're going to get you guys to lunch. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So 60%, and we'll make this shot 1. Shot. Wait. How did we build this?
I don't know.
Well, you guys need to remember
Oh,
it's going.
no, it was the first shot, and then
So this is
Yeah.
shot 1, because if we build it like we did,
yeah, like that.
this is the miss the first time, right?
Yeah.
So does she make it? No. Now this is 60% though, so this is 40%.
Yeah.
This is 40%. But what actual percentage goes here? Because this is 2 points, right? She makes both. This is how many points? Over here? 1 point, right? Because she made the first, missed the second. And this is 0 points.
That's pretty good.
The 0 points just gets 40%, yeah?
Yeah.
What does this get, though?
Did we do 60% times?
Well, what's 0.6 times 0.6?
Oh, wait.
A point
36. 36% chance. There's
0.6 times 0.4? Or what's left over?
44.
So there's like a high chance that she'll get at least one. At least one.
So if we
You have
just...
50%, 60%
Yeah.
getting points.
Most likely, she'll get
Obviously.
nothing.
So
but then
for-
2 and then 1.
So if we do the multiplication, right, like 0.24, 0.72...
So if she makes the first one, she's probably gonna make the second one. But if she doesn't make the first one, then she can't make the second one.
Yeah.
Morning, Meredith Peters. Please stop by the office.
So this
Meredith
is
Peters,
a
please stop by the office.
0.96. Here's the expected outcome.
For what?
That's not.
For the divided by 3.
Yeah, I want to get you guys out of here. We will pick this up tomorrow. This is a 2-day lesson.
Oh.
Your homework is a 2-day homework.
Oh,
This-
good.
The start slide said
Yeah, it
that.
literally said
He
it.
wasn't here. He was
Guys.
He was in his bathroom.
He was taking a restroom.
In
Taking a restroom?
Yes.
Where'd he go with it?
He went here. He's
Oh
so